forecast this weekend, so it might be the perfect time to head to the movies.
That's absolutely right. We've got Michael Cook here to talk to us about two movies. Let's start with the first one.
Yes, this is called Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. It's part of the Fast and Furious franchise. I think there have been 103 movies in this franchise over the past 60 years.
Agree.
Okay, that's not true, but that's what it feels
like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who we all know, and Jason Statham, and also Idris Elba, as he calls himself at the beginning. I'm the bad guy. The basic plot line is Dwayne Johnson. He's a lawman. Jason Statham, he's sort of the outlaw. They have to come together and work together to find a virus that could destroy all humanity. And of course, Idris Elba's character wants to get a hold of it. A little wrinkle in it is that the virus is being held by the character played by Vanessa Kirby. She's actually in this movie Jason Statham's sister, so that adds a wrinkle of family and the quirks of family dynamics. Part of this movie is just Statham and Johnson just going at each other in terms of not so much fighting, but actually just the verbal jousting of just the constant, here at the beginning, they're just insulting each other in every way, which way you find imaginable. And that banter between the two is frankly enjoyable. They have a great chemistry together. They're both charismatic actors on their own, and together it really works on levels of just kind of making you laugh at times. Of course, look, this is a Fast and Furious, so there's constant action scenes. That's why you go to see a movie like this. There's cars going under semi-trailers, and the action, it works. This movie is a little bit too long. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. They could have chopped off about 25-30 minutes. But I enjoyed this movie. You go to a Fast and Furious movie because you want to see action. You want to see things blown up. You want to see some funny banter. You want to see some funny banter from Dwayne Johnson. And on that level, it works, which is why I give it a 7.5 out of 10.
So that's not bad.
It's a decent, go to the movies, have some popcorn kind of film. So just if what you want to do on a Saturday afternoon. The next movie to talk about is a documentary called The Biggest Little Farm. It's the true story of a young couple. There you see John and Molly. They're a couple. They live in a small little apartment in Santa Monica. They're evicted through a circumstance, which I won't go into just to let the plot play itself. But they decide to buy a 200-acre farm about 40 minutes outside of Los Angeles. And they're a young, idealistic couple, don't know much about farming, and this land is just, barely hanging on. So they have to hire kind of a land guru to tell them how to really create a farm that's in touch with nature and biodiverse. They buy animals, and they figure out how to do this. And this movie is it's actually shot by the male character. He's actually a photographer in his full-time job. It covers an 8-year period as they try to make this thing work. And you really are rooting for these two people to, they're young, they're idealistic, but they want to do good, and they want to have a farm that is sustainable, that that is free of pesticides. But look, it's a lot of work, and there are some challenges and some unexpected things that pop up that they have to take care of. But I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was just a lovely documentary. I think one problem is they kind of left out there are some plot holes, like where do they get all the money to do all this?
That's what I was thinking when we talked about that.
They kind of touch on it a little bit. They should have gone to it a little bit more. That's just my own personal opinion. But I still enjoyed this documentary, which is why I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
So you have two completely different movies. You want to go see a nice, quiet documentary or Dwayne Johnson blow stuff up. Just depends what you're in the mood for.
I'm all
flip a coin for that one.
Exactly.
All right, we'll be right back.
Thanks, Michael.